Let's hear it again for Samson, everybody. That was amazing. You got to hear a true professional comic. And Samson, I'd say if you're a working comic making the rounds around America successfully, you're a Jew. You did it. All right, so next coming up to the stage is a very, very, very special person to me and my family. Laura Rosenberg, is that it?
Yeah.
She is marrying my brother, and we will soon be family. This is amazing. My family, and so you know, my family has been on their best behavior, Laura, so it won't be until you actually join the family that you see my parents throw cash registers at people at fast food restaurants. It's a true story. I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, Laura has a very long bio that she told me to cut down on her website, so you can read it on your own. But she has appeared as a host on the Travel Channel. Her most rewarding experience was performing a 3-week U.S.A. Armed Forces tour for the troops in the Middle East. Yes, give her a hand for that. Still not as brave as marrying my family. But, due to Laura's success overseas, she was asked to continue her USO travels and has entertained the troops all over the nation in Okinawa, Japan. It's Laura's energy, enthusiasm, and hilariously clean material that earned her spots at all the local comedy clubs and national hotspots. And she wants to forewarn you, she is saying the word shit in her stand-up. So if you have a problem with that or someone's pregnant, if you want to cover the baby's ears, we should do that now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Laura Rosenberg. Yes, sir.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your host, Mr. Dave Jester. Did you guys buy the expensive tickets? Is that how you ended up in the front seat? That's awesome. I know. Give it up for me. I did just get back from entertaining the troops. In my bedroom. I am exhausted. Too much too soon? Too much too soon. I got it. This is very exciting. I've never performed on a fireplace before. This is at least not stand-up comedy. I love when everyone was like coming in, they were like, everyone wanted to sit in the back. Like, oh, we don't want to sit in the front. We don't want the comics to see us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a living room. I can see you. I can see every one of you. So, but give yourselves a round of applause. I love it when people come out. Dave, I have a question. I get a union break, right? Because I have to pee really bad. So I get my 2 minutes in the middle. Awesome, that'll be great. I gotta go smoke a cigarette, so that's good. No, I'm excited. Paul and Dave and Jennifer asked me if I would do this show, and they told me that I was coming to a salon, so I thought I was gonna get a blowout here, and I was like, but it didn't happen, so I don't know. That's the thing. I'm from Northern California. We're in a small town where everything's simple. Who's from NorCal? Are you just gonna like to shout out? You're like, yeah, India, yeah, NorCal, yeah, Indian Jew right here. Where are you from in NorCal? Danville's small, nice town, very affluent. I could tell that by you. Danville's very nice. I'm from Sacramento, not so nice as Danville. Sacramento's sweet, but everything's simple. So I went to UCLA, so I moved here, but UCLA, was that a woo for UCLA? Right. I like the woos that are going on here, like one at a time. By the end of my set, everyone's gonna do a woo. I demand it. But I moved here and I got confused by everything, because everything has to have like some cool name here. You know, like I went to the Rainbow Room on Sunset. I'm like, there's no rainbows. There's no pot of gold. Where's the Keebler elves? I went to Cantor's on Fairfax. I'm like, where are the singing Jews? I don't know if you guys saw the little advertisement. I was advertised as the non-Raunchy female comedian. That's because I'm a nice little Jewish girl. I'm actually 28 years old and I am a virgin. Everyone else knows that I'm lying. I'm actually 35. So, no, in all seriousness, I was a virgin until very late in life, and I lost my virginity when I was 28. But I have to back up, and I hope it's not too soon, but I didn't start talking about this. But I mean, ladies, why did we ever start using the terminology "lose our virginity"? Like, you lose your keys or you lose your wallet. But are you running around late for a date and you're like, oh my gosh, where is my virginity? Rob came over last week, my panties were wet. Adam's gonna be here in 5 minutes. I need that. You get to play games to find it. You're like, Marco, and your virginity's like, Polo. And then your virginity jumps out of the pool and you're like, fish out of water, fish out of water. Has it just been a long time since you guys after Virginity that you're like, we don't remember, that are making everyone very uncomfortable. Either way, I win, ladies and gentlemen. So, like Amber Alerts, or people driving down the freeway and like, oh look, Doug, another stolen cherry. Move on. Speaking of which, I have to go. So I was talking about being from Sacramento, and to give you an idea of the kind of people that I graduated with, my high school homecoming king was a featured online pedophile on Dateline Undercover. It was awesome because we voted him most likely to succeed. We just didn't specify what he was going to succeed in. Right? And I remember I wrote in the yearbook, I was like, "Dear Scott, never change, stay the same." And he did. He still likes high school girls. It's great. I don't even blame him though, this guy, for getting into the trouble that he got into. I mean, because this day and age, like started with MySpace and now Facebook, you'll see like little girls, like preteen, 12, 13 years old, they're posed on the internet for the world to see in pictures like this. I'm sorry, that was a little too much, a little too close. Very awkward. But no, seriously, it breaks my heart, little girls doing that. I want to like, sweetheart, play with Barbies until you're 15. Dress as a Disney princess to your prom. You have your entire life ahead of you to be a whore. I'm so glad it was so quiet when I said whore and there were like 3 little girls upstairs. This is not uncomfortable at all. But hopefully they're listening to my message is what I'm trying to get at tonight. That's what happened, yeah. So I got to go home because my mom still lives in Sacramento when I got to go to my high school reunion not too long ago. And I love visiting my mom, but I'm getting to that age where the roles are kind of reversing. You know, like my mom's becoming the child and I'm becoming the parent. Spanking's awkward, but you get used to it. But it's great. I love my mom. I love my mom with my whole heart, but she does like the craziest things, like to save money. Like, for example, like we go to Costco. My mom doesn't love Costco because you can buy everything in bulk. She loves it because you can return everything there. She'll like buy books, read them, return them. She's bought a dozen frozen chicken breasts, eaten 11, and returned 1. But like, what's wrong with the chicken? She's like, they were horrible. I kept trying one, hoping they would get better. I brought you one to try. At the beginning of this year, she brought back the 2012 calendar. It was written in dentist appointments, birthday parties. We're like, what's wrong with the calendar? She's like, the pictures were horrible, ruined my entire year. My mom actually just told me on the phone the other day, she's coming, you know, we all go to Costco, right? So you know, like they have a little hot dog stand and everything? Well, my mom is bringing her empty Heinz bottles to the snack bar and pumping the ketchup from the snack bar into her empty Heinz bottle. She's like, this is brilliant, I don't know why I ever tried this. I was home, and when I was home from my reunion, my mom had to get a friend of hers a birthday card, and I caught my mom down the aisle copying the sentimental note from the card onto a piece of notebook paper. And I was like, Mom, what are you doing? My mom's like, sweetheart, I care enough to send the very best. I'm not willing to spend the $3.95 to do it. And then for entertainment, she takes my brothers and I to see movies at Best Buy. I like that joke, you guys don't. But I grew up in Sacramento, and I was like, growing up, I thought we were really, really poor, and that's, why we had to do these things. But then I moved to Los Angeles, and I realized we weren't poor, we're Jewish. I understand. So that's my mom part of the joke. I like that. Good times. I actually did just get back from entertaining the troops. I went to the U.S.A tour in Kuwait, Qatar, Iraq, all the places they love little Jewish girls. The thing is, my comedy friends gave me a hard time to go and perform for the troops, because not as you guys know, but as comics know, they don't pay us enough, so they say, to entertain the troops. But I feel like they don't pay the troops enough to do what they do. So go out, boost the morale, have a good time. Yeah, you can have a clap for that. We just want to go out and make them feel good or whatever. So I was out there. I was at a certain base in Kuwait called LSA, Life Support Area. Huge venue, but it was outside. There were 400 military men and women, and behind the audience were their latrines, right, like their restrooms. And as I'm on stage, a septic tank pulled up to the latrine and started extracting everything from the latrine into the septic tank. So literally, at that moment, I was performing for shit. And that is the only time I will say that word, and thank you, Dave, for opening it up for me. I was really nervous. I'm like, can I say shit? It's part of the joke, because poop just doesn't sound good. I was like, I'm performing for poop, so that was going to work out this way. What else? We were talking about Bombay. Has anyone ever been to Jamaica? Which is not nowhere near Bombay, but I was thinking, yeah, a few people. I love Jamaica, not for the fun, the sun, and the pot, because we have plenty of that here in Southern California. I love Jamaica for their open air markets. Did you guys go to those? You know what I'm talking about? No. All right. Resorts? You didn't go. You're like, I'm not leaving. I'm not going out there. No. No day trips, not for me. I'm staying in the resort. What these open air markets are they're flea markets, but there's no prices on anything, so you get to bargain for whatever you want. Love it. I took my girlfriends and I was like, okay girls, we're gonna play a game. We're all gonna take $20, we're gonna split up, whoever comes back with the most wins. My girlfriends came back, they had little beaded necklaces. I came back, beaded necklaces, bushels of fruit. I had cases of Red Stripe and rum. I had and probably still have enough pot for this entire audience. I had a deed to some land in Kingston, and I had little Jamaican babies. Speaking of lots of babies, anyone here Latino? Just a shot, just thought I tried. There's some Latino Jews. I love it. I actually bring them up. Does anyone have a Latino friend? Does anyone know a Latino that doesn't do their yard? Let's talk about this. I went to my first Latino party. My friend Jose had his 30th birthday. Best party ever. You guys have got to try this out. I got there. I didn't know anyone. Strangers were throwing food at me. They were tossing tortillas like frisbees. They're like, ay, 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 ay! Have some more Corona. Have some more tequila. Ow! I was there for 3 hours. I never even saw Jose. This is the best party ever. And I was driving home and I was thinking about it and I was like, forget this wedding crashing business. I'm gonna start crashing quinceañeras. Right? Like I'm gonna drive out to Echo Park listening for loud salsa and merengue music and looking for Raiders banners. And I already have a backup plan, because I'm crashing the quinceañera. Someone's like, oh, who do you know? Like, I know Maria. So, just me? Okay. I like a lot of these. That's cool. So that's that. This is my observational part of my set. Which part should I talk? I was in a Borders bookstore when I was going out of business recently, and I saw on sale they had the Idiot's Guide to Self-Esteem. Pretty much ruins it right there from the get-go. Love that joke. That's a good joke. What else? I was watching an interview with Kim Kardashian. She's talking about how difficult her life is. She's like, sometimes my life is so difficult, I just want to blow my brains out. I'm like, go ahead. How much of a mess would that really make? There's just too many people that like Kim Kardashian. Like, this is the second time I've done this joke to groans. Like, are we all big? A round of applause. Who's just a big Kim Kardashian fan? No? Okay. Just Dave, obviously. I don't get so offended by that. It's cool. What else? You're gonna love this next one, though, while we're on the groans. I recently went to a funeral. And while I was at the funeral, I saw people taking pictures of their beloved departed. Have you guys seen this? It's weird, right? I'm like, right? Yeah, that was my kind of, I was like, why are you doing this? Is this the first time they've had their makeup done? Isn't it a little too late at this point? But then I thought about it and I was like, can you then tag that person in a picture on Facebook? Not too long ago, I saw one guy give another guy a compliment, and he was like, yo, dude, nice shirt, no homo. No homo. I was like, what? Like, you need to, like, this day and age, you can't just give another guy a compliment? Like, are we supposed to start doing that with everything? Like, oh my gosh, great dancing, no African American. Your yard looks amazing, no Mexican, no Mexican. Myself a little bit more. I've recently got engaged. Today is rather awesome. I'm excited. It's very hard to date in this new era. It's been very difficult. I don't know, 20 years dating. This didn't happen to me. A friend of mine this happened to her. She was seeing this guy, and he came over, and they did what adults do in the evening. And then for some reason, his privates proceeded to burn him for a week after they went out, and he would never talk to her again. But I didn't understand that, because when I'm Jewish, and we're Jewish, when something burns for a week, we consider that a miracle. It's like getting used to eat pancakes, spin dreidels. I'm like, he owes you presents. He owes you presents for that. So I'm all out of that world now, which I'm so thankful for. I met my fiance on J-Date, so I don't know if anyone here is doing the J-Date thing. It's very, very sweet. It was weird. I did not want to do the online dating thing. And my brother, who's becoming a rabbi, who will be ordained in May, which by the way, I have to back up. My brother, we grew up in Sacramento. My brother decided, he moved down to Los Angeles and decided that he was going to become a rabbi. And my family freaked out. They're like, a rabbi? What kind of job is that for a nice Jewish boy? A lawyer? A doctor? I mean, if he really wants to lead the Jewish people, why isn't he a movie producer? So disappointed in him. It's so weird. But so my brother signed me up for J-Date, and I was like, this is the end. Online dating, this is the end. And my brother was like, no, this isn't the end. This is just the beginning. So I got on J-Date, and I met Michael, which is awesome. It was funny because things were going great. We were dating, and I knew that he was the one because I was hanging out with my girlfriends, and I was talking. Well, let me back up. I think I meant to preface, I was saying it's really hard to date in this whole era, and it's especially hard to date because all that people do now is text message. That's all everyone does, right? That's all I do. I don't know, I never talk on the phone. But I was catching up with my girlfriends, and I started, talking about a story with my fiance, who wasn't my fiance at the time, and I said something in the story, and I was like, oh, he called me on the phone, and my girlfriend's like, whoa, wait a second. He called you on the phone? You heard his voice on the telephone? He loves you! I said yes when he proposed. It's great though, I'm excited. So we decided to get married, and I got really excited because I saw now that they're selling dresses at Costco. Great. I'm gonna go to my wedding, I'm gonna have a Costco dress, and people be like, oh, Vera Wang? Bradley Mitchka? Like, oh no, Kirkland. Signature. So I'm excited about that. I think I'm just gonna have the whole wedding at Costco, just being like, oh my gosh, where did you get those bagel bite hors d'oeuvres? Well, they're right next to the Stacy's Chips and Sabra Hummus, just 2 aisles down. And then after the whole thing, I can just return the dress. I'll give it to my mom and get my money back. So I'm very excited. So what else can I share with you? Family. Let's talk about being a nice Jewish girl. I lived with my grandmother for many, many years, which was difficult to say the least while I was single. And it'd be weird because I'd bring guys over. I'd be like, come on in, but shh, my grandma. And the guys would be like, where? And I'd be like, top bunk. But living with her, she's great. She's not like a sweet grandma, that bakes like kugel and sweet things. She's never been the same since the house fell on her sister and she lost the ruby red slippers. I just always wanted to try that joke out. I love her though. I love her. So I lived with her for a long time, and she was old, so she, wouldn't drive anywhere. So one day we were getting ready for a family event, and I was in my bathroom taking a shower, and then after my shower, I'm in the bathroom getting ready, and I'm putting on lotion. My girl putting on lotion, and my grandma knocks on the bathroom door, and she's like, what are you doing in there? We're going to be late. I'm like, I'm putting on lotion. I'll be out in a minute. So whenever I get done, we go. I mean, it's LA. There's traffic. We're late. We get there. Whole family's there. Walk in just like a room just like this. My grandma walks in her walker. She's like, we're late. Laura took a shower and then spent 20 minutes creaming herself. I was like, happy first birthday,